Welcome to 1CW Question with your host, Vince, VE6LK. And with me today is my very special guest, Pat Rundall, N0HR Radio. Now, you may know Pat because he's a prolific activator who's done over 35 states of activation in the USA since he joined the POTA program in 2022. He's been licensed since 1980. He has a great YouTube page and a great website. Look down here in the description for the links and go visit. Pat loves to share his activations and his projects. Pat has a great fist. I enjoy working him all the time. And Pat, what's your one best CW tip for a newbie?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Vince. I'd say my one best tip is just remember that you're learning a new language, and it's a fun thing to do. So setting goals is fine, but try to structure those like you would think of as you would as you're learning a new language. So I guess my example would be, there's an initial learning stage when you're learning a new language the first time. You may know a few simple colors, numbers, phrases, things like that. And you're going to make mistakes and mispronounce things along the way. And that's the same thing in CW. So just don't get too tripped up. In CW, too often you can get tripped up and think about a letter that you missed, and then you go back and you're stuck. And so just get over that hump. And so set a goal of having that first simple conversation, or QSO, and then move to the beginner stage. In the beginner stage, you're going to work on, if it's a language, you're working on some key phrases that are commonly used. In radio, that's learning your Q signals, perhaps, or exchanges that a contester may use. And so, just work your way into that format, and especially with some predictable common exchanges that you might find, for example, in POTA or Field Day. A lot of times that's a great way to get started. That's kind of analogous to, if you're learning a language, maybe my next step is just to go practice my language at a restaurant. It's that kind of next stage of competency. And then finally move on to the kind of intermediate or advanced stage, and you're going to work on proficiency. And I guess if it was a language, that might be analogous to, I'm going to go to a foreign city and try to see if I can get away with no one recognizing that I'm a foreigner and I only speak English. And so maybe the CW equivalent is go activate a park in POTA, or participate in a Field Day, strictly sending CQ, and see if you can keep up. And all along the way, just remember it's fun.
Right on. Well, Pat, thank you so much for coming along, being part of this project. 73.
73.